Once upon a time, the fourth Dragon King of Bhutan wanted to coin the term growth national happiness. He wanted a commitment to building the economy that would serve the Buddhist spiritual values and serve their culture. This movement inspired many people, creating a political happiness movement. In 2011, the United Nations eventually adopted the resolution 65 of 309, which placed happiness on the global development agenda.
Here are three questions for you to think about. The first one is, can you measure happiness with economy? The second one, does economy play a big role in determining what happiness really means? Can money make a person happy?
Common Western consumerism inclines us to say that more income leads to happier lives. That is only somewhat true. Studies have shown that it takes a significant increase in income and assets for people to lead significantly happier lives. Even those at the top of the income spectrum sometimes lead unhappy lives due to things such as workload and stress. A high-income earner who earns millions a year but works very long days might not be as happy as a middle-income earner. A misconception towards the idea of adopting a gross national happiness is that it is quantified on a scale similar to country GDP or HDI. This is not possible because, first of all, it is hard to quantify happiness, and also the two, both economics and happiness, are dependent on a wide set of variables which are very hard to condense into one number. When Bhutan adopted its GNH, it was more on principle than in practice. The country instead is trying to guide public policy based on correlations between personal happiness and economic factors and indicators. In European countries, politicians are using research in the field of happiness economics to enact policies such as shorter work days. The new attitude is changing academic views to the field of economics. Economists are now adding a new variable to their research: happiness. Universal happiness may be unattainable, but the field of economics is approaching it as an aspiration just for now. In areas of economics such as taxing, the idea is not, do people want to pay this tax? It's, will this be good for the common welfare? When policymakers consider a cigarette tax, for example, they don't think, do people want to pay the cigarette tax? And will this lead to people being happier or sadder because they have to pay more for their cigarettes? Instead, economists are considering, do people want to quit smoking, and will this help them to do so, and in the long run, contribute to the general welfare? Lots of people are worried that when you ask someone, how happy are you, they'll either overshoot or undershoot the question. However, research in psychology has shown that people typically answer the question rather accurately. And in terms of statistics, the probability of someone saying that they are happier than they really are or sadder than they really are usually cancels itself out, and we can identify general trends in the statistics.